Alright, so what I'm gonna try to do is, I thought I should try to do my makeup, even though it's like, for what, just to turn around and go to sleep, but it's not the makeup part. It's just like doing the motions and just, you know, because I know I look like shit when I don't have makeup on, but, um, yeah, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Trying to remember what I did with all the stuff. Is that it there? I think that's it there. Okay. Oh, I should definitely use this stuff this time. I need to wash my makeup brushes. I keep forgetting. I got my Zote soap cleaner, and I gave the one that I made for my friend. Well, actually, I used it because I ended up using it after my friend. I used it one time, but I had this one put up, so I gave her the one I had out. But anyways, I gave my cousin one, so I hope she likes it. I think she'll like it. I think she like, cause it's so easy. I don't know what to tell Nikki LaRose. I tried telling her in the comments you need to see the Zote so back. I mean, cause she's doing it like, you know, with the Dawn dish soap and stuff. Which yeah, it works, but look at how much elbow grease you have to put into it, and you know, it's just like it's so much cheaper. The Zote soap is so. And it's just so much easier to do it like that. It's just like, I mean, you would not believe how much easier it is. You would be amazed. Like, when I first found out, I was like, oh, I'm doing my makeup like, I mean, I'm going to wash my makeup brushes like all the time. But then I left Danny's, so I'm in a new place. But once I get comfortable in the new place, then I can do more stuff. But right now, I just gotta, oh God, what happened to that? You know what I think I did? I think I put all my makeup, like, fucked up. But that's okay, because I could just use this one. I can use this blur, right? You know what I should do is this one. Should use this one. No, like, it's hard to tell. I have red marks on my face. I don't know if I should have done my eyebrows, probably. I don't know. So, anyways, um, you know, it's really, oh, Jordan, I just seen her thing. She said it's sad that she didn't get a mom that she could celebrate. Like, Jesus, Jordan, they're all celebrating me on YouTube, telling me, you know, I passed the test and I outsmarted them. No, I didn't. All that stuff is just to build you up for then something will happen to let you know that, like, in this world, we're not shit. You know? We're not shit in this world. We're not supposed to be shit. But anyways, I hope they get it. I hope they watch the links that I sent because, and I hope they, I mean, I just hope they get it, you know? But they won't get it right away, but at least they'll know it's there, and then the day when they do wake up, maybe they'll remember, you know? But anyways, I told on Jordan's, I put on hers, I said, your parents both your parents love you, you know? Like, even though I shouldn't really speak for her dad, because I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, he does in his own fucked up little way, I guess, love him, but in a fucked up way. So, anywho, now I'll have to find a new, or make a new account with a different email, and to be able to watch their videos, because I gotta keep my love for them, you know? Because I don't want my girls being stuck here. I don't want them being recycled. I don't want any of my lineage being stuck here. Or, you know, my ancestors, unless they deserve it. You know? Like, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Hold on. There it is. Okay. So, like if my mom and my dad really did, like, consciously, knowingly be like, oh, we're gonna sacrifice this baby for what, I don't know, because I mean, I never been approached, like, nobody ever said, hey, you want to sacrifice your kid, or that's never happened to me. I don't know what was going on in the 80s, but that's never happened to me. Well, the closest thing to that's ever happened to me is my, oldest daughter's dad, my firstborn. He one time did ask me if he could pay me like $30,000 or something to just have our daughter. I was like, I don't fucking think so. Like, even though I was only 15 and been poor my whole life and desired, you know, to have money like other people, you think I would give up my child for any amount of money? No fucking way. There's no amount of money that you can make me give my child over to anybody and say, you know, because I'm just not, like, I actually unconditionally love my girls, and my girls would remember. And it would be like a miracle if they would wake up now or whenever they do and come back to me. Hopefully I'm still alive, and, you know, be cool, be normal, get to know me again, get to understand, like, listen, this is your mom. She don't sugarcoat anything. She loves you. She's going to tell you straight out if you're being stupid because she loves you. She doesn't tell you that you're being stupid because she don't love you. If she didn't tell you that you were being stupid and she recognized that you were being stupid, then she's not loving you right, you know? Because, hello, if I have mustard or mayonnaise on my face, ketchup on my face, whatever, like, are you just going to sit there and look at me and just eat like everything's normal? Or are you going to say, hey, you got some ketchup over there, why don't you get it off your face? Please tell me there's ketchup on my face, because if you don't, then we're not friends. That's suspicious. That is suspicious behavior. So it's the same thing with your children. If your children have something on their face, then you need to let them know so they can wipe it off. I'm the same way. So like Abby, I can tell she's being pulled into that glamour magic stuff. I just heard that word. I never heard that word before yesterday. And if I did hear it before yesterday, it never sank in. It never registered to stick. This time it registered to stick. Probably because I see my daughter getting lip injections. And I know it just seems like something innocent, but it's not. It always starts out innocent, okay? So anyways, I just know it's not innocent. But there's nothing we could do about it now except for, you know, I wish, see, like, my girls would have been listening to MIA. And they would have that music influencing them like I had it influencing me, which is good. She's a good influence. She does not, like, she didn't fall for Jay-Z telling her she needed to get plastic surgery or that she should get plastic surgery, which is good. Because MIA is beautiful. Like, she is so pretty. She's a good dancer. She's like an actual music artist, like musical artist, arranging the music and putting the words with the music, you know, like her words that she uses, lyrical. Yeah, she's all that. She's all that. I keep trying to tell Eminem he needs to do a freaking song with her. He does songs with literally everybody else, but isn't doing one with MIA. I told him so many times, so many times. And I heard Dre, she might be working with Dre, or she might be working with somebody in that group. I heard, I don't know, but you probably won't hear the song. It'll probably be, you know, it'll probably be a good song because she's like a real musical artist, and she's not gonna, you know, I don't think she would. Now that all that stuff's being outspoken and stuff in the music industry, I wonder how that's going now. Oh, that scared me. That scared me. So, um, so anyways, I was just doing some primer on my face. I already did skincare in the last video that I just had, just, you know, not too long before this one, but I don't want to make them too long. I kind of do want to make them long, but that's only if I have something really to talk about, you know. So, let's see. I don't know. Oh, I know. We should listen to that. We should listen to. It's 2:22 a.m. And let's see. Something is coming, and now it's here. Okay. Alright, hold on, I gotta turn this on. So it says you try to leave when you sleep. Yeah, I try to leave all the time, to tell you the truth. Look, it doesn't zoom in anymore. That's so annoying. Sometimes it will, and then most of the time it won't now. Because it doesn't want people to just watch me, and it knows by having all this mess in my background is going to turn people away from watching my video, and they don't want you to watch my video. But I don't really care if you watch it or not. But I do think that you should probably watch it if you want to leave. I mean, if you're happy in this world and you love, the fucking bullshit, then fantastic. Good for you. Pass it up, but I don't think you should.
Sleep. You close your eyes, silence the world, and drift toward the gate. But something stops you. Something blocks the dream, scrambles the signal, pulls you back before you can pass through. You're not broken, you're not weak, you're being interfered with, because your soul is trying to do something the system can't allow. You're not here just to wake up, you're here to travel, to bring transmissions back through the veil. Every time a bridge soul gets close to the edge, the construct reacts. It sends noise, static, symbols. It reroutes the dream, sometimes with fear, sometimes with comfort. Anything to keep you inside the perimeter, because once you leave, fully you remember the truth. And if too many souls remember, the trap collapses. You feel it at night, the tension in the air before sleep. The flicker behind your eyes, the feeling of being watched.
Oh my God.
That's not your imagination, it's the interference field. HARP, the Black Knight satellite artificial moon tech, they scan for resonance. They're not looking for location, they're looking for soul signature. And when yours spikes, when your light starts to reach through the veil,
I hardly
they
even
scramble
use this
it.
now, come
Not
on.
because they can stop you, but because they're trying to delay you. But not all blocks are external. Sometimes it's the cords you still carry, grief, guilt, contracts, fear, the people you promised to stay for, the wounds you haven't released. They tether you to the density. So when your soul tries to rise, you feel the drag. Not because you're trapped, but because you haven't fully let go. There are many like you, souls who dream of flight, who've seen the stars from above, who've tasted the exit and still came back. They are the watchers, the whisperers, the system breakers sleeping inside the game, and they are waking up again. When one rises, it sends a pulse. When many rise, the field shifts. And when the resonance reaches critical, the gate opens. Even if they block you tonight, even if you wake up feeling gutted, you are not lost. Because the body forgets, but the soul remembers. You don't escape with effort, you escape with alignment. Still the mind, clear the cords, listen in silence. And when the stars shift, when time slows, when the static fades, you'll feel it. That tug, that pulse, that knowing. And you'll move, not by foot, not by force, but by frequency. And they won't catch you next time because you're not running, you're rising. You're not just watching a video, you're witnessing a retrieval. These messages don't come from books. They come from the space between sleep and spirit. From the silence after the static. From the moments when I travel through the veil. Not in body, but in soul. When you prepare like this, when you align, release, and listen, you open the same channels I use to bring this truth back. This is how I remember, how I retrieve what was hidden, how I bring the code home. And now you can too. You're not just watching the path, you're stepping into it. This isn't meditation, it's not manifestation. This is soul navigation. If you want to bypass the interference and step back into real dreaming, the kind that remembers, travels, and escapes, you have to prep your field. Here's how: the Dream Gate Ritual. A night ritual for soul travel, veil access, and memory return. What it's for. This ritual is for those who dream of leaving, for those who feel the tug beyond the sky, for those who wake with grief in their chest and stars in their blood. It's not just to sleep, it's to remember how to rise. When to do it: during a waning moon, dark moon, or full moon. Anytime you feel blocked, scrambled, or disconnected in dream. When you feel the urge to go home, but don't know how and what you'll need. 4 small bowls of natural salt for the corners, and 1 glass of water charged in moonlight, moon water. 1 earth object, crystal, stone, seed, root. A black cloth or scarf to cover mirrors or screens. A spoken key, words of release and permission to travel. Prepare your space, 15 minutes before bed. Place a small bowl of salt in each corner of your sleeping space. This forms a resonance grid that blocks interference from above and below. Silence the machine grid, turn off Wi-Fi, unplug chargers. Do not sleep near anything emitting electromagnetic signal. Dim lights, no background noise. Before salt placement or your final words, Burn one of the following dried or essential oil. Mugwort opens dream pathways and blocks synthetic loops. Frankincense purifies spiritual gateways. Bay leaf burns false contracts, severs hidden cords. Lavender calms interference and stabilizes the emotional body. Dragon's blood seals the aura with protective fire. Light it. Let the smoke move through the space. Say, only truth may enter, only I may pass. Place one of the following under your bed, beneath your head, or within arm's reach. A mirror turned face down reflects interference away. A black tourmaline, obsidian, or hematite stone absorbs and grounds harmful frequencies. A hand-drawn spiral sigil, clockwise spiral in black ink on white paper, no words. A bay leaf with your name and protected written on it, place under pillow. These act as anchors and shields while your body rests and your soul moves. Stand up, place your hand over your heart. Draw a spiral in the air with your...
Alright, she's going way too fast, so I'll have to rewatch this video, like, not on camera. But anyway, she said on a full moon. That's interesting because I think that's now. I'm not sure. Let me see. Is that a full moon or a new moon? I can't remember. It's a full moon. Yes, it's a full moon, which is so crazy because my moon started. I woke up today around 4 o'clock. So the moon, it says, will be full. It says it's 16:57, but I don't know what time code. Like, this must just be the universal time. But anyways, that would be about 5 o'clock, wouldn't it? No, that would be about... Yeah, it'd be about 5 o'clock. It's a full moon in Scorpio. Whatever that means, I don't know. Jupiter, full moon in Jupiter, which is my expansion. Oh, that'd be fantastic. You know, anything to expand. Besides my stomach, I need that to shrink. I need that to shrink. I got big at Danny's because I used to exercise when I was younger, you know, and then I went to prison. And I don't know what happened. I tried exercising. I tried going to the gym and it was just like, no, I don't want to. So I just, you know, ate a lot of noodles, a lot of snacks. They call them wham whams and zoom zooms and wham whams or something. I don't know. Something about the cakes. Just basically Little Debbie's shit and all that. But anyways, you only have junk food to eat off commissary, which really sucks. But it is what it is. In prison and in jail, they just, literally, the food they give you, there's no nutritional value. If you're stuck in jail for a long time, that really sucks because you get no sunlight. And the food, all you get is just basically food to keep you alive. It's not to nourish you, it's just to keep you alive. And in the men's wing, it really sucks, probably because you can't even, like, you know, pregnant women and stuff, they get some extra stuff like apples and good stuff to be nutrient, but the men's, they don't have that option at all. And then sometimes, you know, the pregnant girls, you could like trade your commissary for like their apple, because like when you're in jail for a long time, like out here you'd be like, apple, what, big deal, it's an apple. But in jail you're like, an apple, fresh fruit, you know, something like that. It's like, ah, that's fantastic. But yeah, so that's how that was. So anyways, who's here? If you want to leave a comment with your name, oh, that's, you probably made it private. I wonder if you're like just stopping by. But anyways, what were we doing? Oh, we were listening to Truth of How to Unlock Ourselves from the, oh, and I was doing makeup, so that's why I look a little silly. Just got my stuff on. Let me see. I'm trying to save you from a big tragedy. Okay, bleh. I don't know. I feel like their words are just like, just not right. I don't know, just not right. Oh, you know who it could be watching me? I don't know, but it could be. Could be one of these guys right here. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Just forget it. I want to go back. I want to go back. I don't want to say who's watching me because I don't know. Could be Danny. It's probably Danny. So anyways, your crazy talk turned into reality. Well, it's not my crazy talk. It's crazy talk that felt like the truth from other YouTubers. So I can't remember the name. Sorry, don't want to not give them credit. Both realms want you. Well, the only way I want to be stuck in this realm is if the parasites lose. But apparently what I heard, prophecy says that these evil ones rise, you know? And, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Any ritual that consists of eating a baby, sacrificing a baby, hurting another person, I would just, for me, I would not be attracted to that ritual. I mean, obviously, nothing in my life has ever came across me that has said anything like, you know, come be in this witch coven and sacrifice humans. Like, nothing's ever came to me to offer me that, nor have I ever felt like I should go look for that, you know, except for to try to find out what the fuck it's all about and how to save the people, you know, like the little innocent people, the children that they're eating. And apparently there's, oh my god, I don't even want to, it gets me so tired even thinking about it, because I really care, you know, I really care. I'm sure there's a lot of people that care and they just don't know what to do. Or they just think there's nothing they can do. Well, there is things you can do. You can make a video saying you care. You know? That's good. I don't know what else to do. Oh yeah, so I need to, both realms want me. You caused a war in the spirit? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's right. I'm not changing my mind. You choose me. That's fantastic. Except I don't believe. Program said your code is the AI. I'm trying to pick out a video to listen to, but I want to do something really good. Something that's going to be good. You didn't move on. What? My child, I'm issuing the biggest warning for your life. In 24 hours, you will be attacked by... I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Who do they think they are? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Carrying things too far. They're always telling me stories like this. Who needs to win? There's them. Please remember. Don't worry. I'll always remember you, David Icke. You guys know David Icke?
In 2003, I wrote a book titled Tales from the Time Loop, where I proposed that our reality operates as a loop of manufactured time. This loop gives the illusion of moving from the past through the present to the future, when in reality we are cycling through a repeating sequence that our minds decode as linear progression. The limitation of only experiencing fragments of this cycle during each incarnation prevents us from seeing the full loop in its entirety. This fragmented perception keeps us trapped in the illusion that time is linear and progressing forward.
My body is healed.
Imagine living through a segment, say from 1960 to 2030, and perceiving it as forward movement. The programmed aging of the body reinforces this deception. However, if one could experience the entire loop from start to finish or start to start, the truth of the cycle would become apparent. This concept aligns with a passage from Ecclesiastes in the Bible. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things are to come with those that shall come after. The illusion of progress and novelty is the central mechanism of the time loop. It ensures that we remain unaware of the cyclical nature of existence. Events, civilizations, and eras repeat as part of the encoded simulation. For instance, the Roman Empire exists as part of its loop within the simulation. This opens the possibility that some individuals may access information or even incarnate.
Alright, so anyways, I told you guys in the other video that I just made about the blood types, and AB being the rarest. And most people think it's like RH. No, those are good blood types for other things. AB is basically, if you have AB blood, there's no doubt that you are being watched. According to what I listened to, that you're being watched. Because you carry, because you carry memory in your DNA, so something about that. There's lots of stuff. They say, what is this? Is this my lipstick bag? I believe it's my lipstick bag, which reminds me. So let's see. Yeah. Oh, who is? I can't see. Anyways, whoever is here, if you're not Danny or you're somebody else, you're thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Thank you for watching and just, giving me someone to try to entertain with my truth, And I'm just gonna pretend I don't have any enemies. They said that I'm gonna be the villain, which that sucks. I mean, I am the villain, like, to my daughters. I'm the villain to, I don't know who else. To people that don't know me, But if they knew my situation and they knew, like, what I've been going through and what, like, how my sister treated me, like, how odd and weird she is and all that, like, you'd see, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, like, I don't have problems, like, maybe, like, a drug problem or a smoking problem or a, control my anger issues, what I get angry about is this whole stuff that's happening here, this whole waking up, this whole being gang stalked or, whatever, just all that, it's just so irritating and frustrating. And I don't know who did it. So then in my mind, it's always like, oh, it's my sister. Oh, it's Shannon. Oh, it's my mom. Oh, it's my grandma. No, it's this person. And I just don't know. So it's like super confusing for anybody that's around me. But I mean, just imagine me, because I'm not, it's not like I'm not with it, like I'm not in reality. Maybe I'm not in reality, but it's not like I forget, I don't forget. Just because something crazy is coming out of my mouth doesn't mean I'm living in, like, I'm not conscious of what's going on. It's just that happens to be what I feel at the moment, And yesterday and the day before I felt really strong about everything, but then I easily disassociate, so I think I just get drawn into, like, whatever type of narrative they try to say, like, not whatever type, but if it feels, sometimes it feels like it resonates. Like, I had the feeling before they were saying anything about, before I heard that video about that being my family sacrificing me before they knew I was, or before I was born or whatever, I felt that. I even did a tarot card reading on it, and the tarot card reading confirmed it, but at the same time, like, if you're looking for red cars, you're gonna see red cars. So it's like I've always remembered that too, so I just don't know until I do know. And right now there's, you know, the family member that I need to talk to would be my sister. I already tried talking to my mom. That was no help at all. Would be my sister. Like, what was going on? When you were molested, tell me the story about when you were molested. Was it some type of satanic ritual? Was it, or was, I don't know. Because I remember my mom saying something about this guy. Like, she said there was, like, candles or something. Candles and, like, something else. And she said that, like, they were in some conference room or something with, I don't know who, but she said that the guy came out and said that she was really lucky, that my mom was lucky that this guy got caught or something like that. But anyway, she didn't really explain it. That's why it sucks, that she died. But even if she didn't die, she still wouldn't tell me because, like I said, in 2004, she told me Oprah Winfrey and Procter & Gamble sacrificed babies. In 2004, I didn't get that, it's just like, oh, okay, But then when I started hearing about, like, Pizzagate, and I was, like, waking up, I asked my mom again, Mom, remember when you said that? And she's like, I never said that. I'm like, yes, you did. You said that. And so then automatically I start thinking, okay, something's wrong with her. Either she's overtaken by some type of demon, or she knows she's lying, and she's lying about something. Like, what is it, you know? Because my uncle has 2 kidnapping charges. My grandma worked at Orchard Place, which is a group home for children. She worked in the JR unit overnights, which is a unit that holds only boys. And you know the Johnny Gosh story and stuff like that. So I don't know. And when I had my genealogy done, this lady did it, and she did all my grandpa's side. But then I can't remember what she said happened when she went to my mom's side. Like, either she just didn't have time or something. But when I tried to go do my mom's side, because she showed me how to do it, it said scram when I tried looking. And at that point in time where I was, everything scared me. So I was like, okay, and I just went away, you know? But I remember my uncle coming home, coming in sometime, I think it was maybe when my grandpa died or something. But he said something like maybe the Mason, if he calls the Masons or something, they would pay for a plane ticket. And I tried asking my uncle about that. And he's like, nope, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, you know? But they were also being really standoffish and just not the same, you know? Like, I could feel it. Like something was off. But, you know, you can't make people talk. So I've just been, I don't know. It started in 2015, the whole waking up thing. And then it was probably about 2021, 22, everything just kind of like, I just kind of let all that go. Like, I don't know. It's not that I forgot about it or anything. And I didn't think that they were gone, but I didn't think that they were there. Like, I assumed, well, maybe they are here. And if they are, they're not. It's like I don't feel it that much. And who cares, you know? Because I don't really do anything that I'm like, well, sometimes I'm embarrassed of like the way I yelled back at Danny. Like, I wish I would have not reacted ever to Danny, but I would react and I would yell back. Like, that's embarrassing, you know, because I was like, if they ever like got that on camera, all they have to do is just show people that side of it instead of showing Danny's side, where I had the whole thing. Hopefully I still have it. But anyways, on camera, I got it. I got proof of the abuse. It was like quiet on video. I was doing my lashes. Just, you know, it was just a boring video that I probably wasn't even gonna post. I was just doing it, and I was doing my eyelashes, and he starts in on me. So you can see how it progresses, and then you see him dumping the trash can over my head, and then I start another video because he left, and I'm talking, and then he comes back and he's yelling and trying to fight, and then I just continue to like be persistent and trying to record myself, not him, just me. And then you can see him with the, oh, you should take an ibuprofen. Oh, does your eye hurt? Let me see let me see what that, you know, like he cares, but he doesn't care. And then you hear him saying, oh, and don't jump at me. Like, jump at you? I didn't jump at you. What are you talking about? It's because I was on camera. He knew he was on camera. He knows he got caught on camera, so he's trying to say it to like cover his ass that I jumped at him, like I did something, so that way I could be blamed for whatever happened. Like, I didn't jump at him. Like, he's stupid. So anyways, he's just a typical soulless person that just doesn't want his true colors to be shown. But that's his own fault, you know? This is so funny. I just love to repeat this. He told me, he goes, no, don't go showing people that video just for sympathy. Or don't go showing people that video for sympathy. I'm like, dude, if I show people the video, it's to show them proof that I'm not a liar. Like, he was trying to pinpoint me to be, he was trying to tell everybody, people I didn't even know his cousin. And he was over telling his cousin that I slept with his brother, and I don't even know his brother. I'm like, I don't, what the fuck? Like, it just, I was like, he said he has schizophrenia. Now I don't believe it now. I think he just said that so that way it excuses his stupid behavior that he gets paid to act like, cause before I left, he showed me this house. It was like 404 or something. Was it a house number? Yeah. Anyways, and he's like, that's where I'm living after you're gone. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. You think I want to be anywhere near you? I don't give a shit if you're going to live in a mansion. I don't give a shit if you're going to be a fucking trillionaire. I don't want anything to do with you or anything you have. Like, you can't impress me with anything except for an apology and actual change. But you're not even going to get the time to show me that you're changed because I mean, really, there's worse things. He did worse things than that. He picked me up by my neck, like basically carried me like from the kitchen to the living room, and I peed my pants. I peed my pants probably 2 times that he was abusing me because it was just like that much struggle. It's embarrassing, but it's the truth, you know. And I'm not a cop caller because I'm just not cop caller because they always blame me. So I just rather just leave, you know. But no, I don't know. That looks crazy, doesn't look right. How come nothing looks right? I don't know. I think it's the lighting. I feel like I can't really do much right with the lighting, but that's okay because we'll blend it in. Another thing I forgot to do, which I always forget to do, is get my beauty blender wet. Let me see if I could do it with my spray thing now. But yeah, so anyways, it was like 8.5 years of being in a relationship with someone, and there were times where I thought, yeah, this is gonna work, or this is how I'm gonna spend the rest of my life, or whatever. And he wasn't abusive physically. He wasn't physically abusive every day. No. Was he mentally and emotionally every day? Yes. Yes, without a doubt. But the physical abuse, I would say, happened maybe about 4 times a year at least, and in the 2017 it was a lot more than that. It was a lot more. Like, I had to go to the hospital. My neck was hurting because he like grabbed me and just like shake me around. He threw a vacuum at me for saying Shannon. Like, that's my sister's name. I was saying my sister's name and he fucking threw a vacuum at me. And it's just stupid. And I would call my dad, asking my dad, is it okay if people beat on me? Blah. And he's like, no. And I was like, well, then why is he doing this? And nobody would help me. Tried getting help out. Nobody would help me. My mom, she's seen one time we were driving down to Des Moines and he grabbed me by the face and somehow, like I was bleeding right here. So there's blood all over, and I go in to show my mom, like, Mom, look what he did to me. She's like, I don't care, get out of here. That's what she said. I don't care, get out of here. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't, like, that's traumatizing. That's more traumatizing than him actually putting his hands on me. But every day it was walking on eggshells. Every day it was, putting me down, putting the cat down, and like he would yell at the cat, and then I would have to mimic that just to keep it from getting on me. Now I felt bad for getting the cat, because the cat didn't deserve that. Like, he didn't physically abuse the cat, but I'm sure he would have, because, here's a story he told about his ex-wife. He said his ex-wife did this. I wouldn't doubt it if it was Danny who did this, because he talks shit about people. That's usually shit he did, So anyways, he said his ex-wife there was a baby kitten or something, and his ex-wife strangled it and watched it like fight to come back to life, and that she thought that was funny. I was like, whoa. I was like, no, I never done anything like that. I've never seen anybody do anything like that. That's fucking weird. But there was this one video. This is another video that lets me know that, like, makes me think my mom knew what was going on. Him and my mom both knew more than what they're ever going to be willing to say. It was because I was watching Psychic Sound by B, and she was doing the Chiron transit reading in 2017. It was June, July, June or July. Anyways, it's still there. I went back to watch it the other day just to kind of, you know, refresh my memory. But it's just saying, you know, if you're walking in your truth, and if you're doing and I knew I was being honest, I knew I wasn't hurting anybody, or I wasn't, you know, doing anything sneaky or bad. But she said, but if you're not, then you need to watch out, and da da da. And I just loved that video, because at that time I was like, oh good, thank God, it's all gonna come out. You know, they're gonna see that they're gang stalking, they're targeting me, because I knew all this stuff back in 2017, and just now it's finally like there's more stuff about it that you can see about gang stalking and stuff, at least on Facebook. I don't know how hard it's hitting the mass conscious collective. You know, I don't know if it's like they don't get it yet, but trust me, when you want to figure out why the fuck, I don't know, like, because I don't really know. I just think it's sooner or later people are gonna realize that, like, the people that they were calling crazy, just like the conspiracy theories, all the conspiracy theories that they said were fake, they're ending up to be real. Yeah. But anyways, I don't want to make my life about, like, warning people about the truth and shit like that. I really don't. I don't know what I want to make. I wanted my life to be about my children, and just, you know, experiencing that, you know. But that's not what I'm getting. It's not what I'm getting at all. Not at all. But I hope they do come back. I hope they do recognize. I hope they do remember. I hope they do have questions, just burning questions that they just have no, like, option but to come to me and ask, you know, or just, and then I hope they know the truth and feel the truth like I do, you know. When I feel the truth, like, I know when something's crap, and I know when something's not real, like, I just know it. And maybe I don't know exactly if it is real like I think, but at least I feel it is, you know. It seems like it. So I'm gonna go with that, you know. So anyways, I yelled at my grandma one time. I yelled at her. I said, Grandma, I need some concealer. No, I was at my grandma's, and my two youngest daughters were there. And my grandma, she's always really mean to me, but she gave my daughters just like this really evil look, you know. And it tipped me over, you know. Like, I was like, don't you ever fucking look at my kids like that again. I said, when you die, you're not going to heaven, you're coming back down here because you didn't get it right. And she, like, that's why I yelled at her. So I was yelling, I wasn't talking like I was now. But she had one of those life alerts, and she pressed her life alert, and a cop came out, and I explained to the cop exactly what happened, and I was calm and rational. I didn't have any, like, freak out. But my grandma was sitting there, like, shaking her knee, like what could she say? I didn't attack her, I didn't threaten her. All I said was what I said. And the cop told her she was wrong, and that she cannot be using her life alert for stuff like that, that's for when she really does need help. And so she got mad at me even more, and called my aunt, who's this big Amazon Nephilim type freaking giant from Enoch's book, you know, and she just manhandles me for no reason. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm a mother. My two children are here. Why are you putting your hands on me like that? Like, she don't have no respect for anybody. She's just ego-driven, retarded Aunt Renee. That's what we're going to call her. Anyways, I'm going to use this cover up because actually it comes from this cheap kit here, and it's actually really decent fucking concealer. They call it cover up, but I got this, it says it's a Korean makeup kit, but it's made in China. I was just looking for Korean makeup kit because, you know, the whole Korean makeup, if you know, you know, the whole Korean thing was like in style, Korean makeup style. I don't even really know what the style is. I think it's like watered down makeup. Like, not watered down makeup, but if you can imagine, like, doing your face, or no, okay, a painting with watercolors versus a painting with, like, bright, bold colors, like oil painting. Yeah, like, it's like water painting your face. Everything is just very light, very natural-like. And glass-like, I guess, too. Anyways, what else do I need for this? Oh, this right here. So anyways, I don't really know how my makeup looks until I look in the mirror. And my mirror's all the way over there. And it's about because I got very limited, you know, because this was not like planned, you know. My cousin, she said that she said she would let me stay, and I could not wait to get out of there. I was like, oh my God, finally I found somebody who can pick me up and will let me stay there. It's been years. And the thing is nobody had a chance to get a hold of her. You know, not Danny or my mom or Shannon, because Shannon doesn't talk to her. But those are the people that I think were blocking me, you know, from getting help. My mom just wanted me to be in a mental hospital, literally. She told the cops about something that happened when I was 11 years old to get them to put their gloves on and come handcuff me and then take me to the hospital. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even do anything. This guy is the one starting the fight, but they wouldn't listen to me. And so, like, you know, like in the movie Gaslight, or back in the old days when they used to, you know, say their wife was crazy so then they could lock their wife up in a mental institution and then take like whatever money they had, like, and here is just like that, except for if I inherited a bunch of money, nobody told me about it. Nobody told me about it. But according to these friggin' tarot card readings that I see on YouTube, not for me, but they're putting in front of me on my page, and from the thumbnails, which you could see in videos that are pinned up on my videos list here on Facebook, you can see the thumbnails, they're yellow, where they say like somebody in your family took an inheritance or something, I don't know, and they always say something about my sister. And I'm like, but they also listen with their microphone. There's one time I told my mom I wanted a automatic cat litter, cleaning cat litter thing, and you know, not even 5 minutes later I'm looking on YouTube and there's a commercial for a automatic cat litter thing. You know, I didn't even look one up or anything. All I did was say it to my mom, but that happens all the time because they listen to us. I'm used to that. But what I wasn't used to back in 2015 was the fact that they watch you through the televisions when you don't think your television has even internet access. Yeah, right. They're watching you through the television. Yeah, they are. And I don't care what anybody says. I know that's the truth. I don't know how they do it, but obviously I'm not tech savvy. But this is a picture of me, and I always question this one, because who takes a picture of a kid like and then don't have them turn around and smile? Like, that's just so weird. But I do notice the knives in the background. This picture stuck out to me because of that. Like, well, because of my face not turning the, you know, not being told, hey, look at the camera. But then the knives being like, there's my back and there's the knives, you know? And if you kind of just cut like this part out, it's like the knives are going in my back. Maybe it's just a sign, you know, like a tarot card. If you could read this picture like you read a tarot card, you'd be like, yeah, somebody's stabbing you in the back. You know, you probably your family. My family definitely stabbed me in the back, because my sister telling my daughter that I prioritize drugs over her is stabbing me in the back. It's stabbing my daughter in the back. Stabbing her in the face is what it's doing. She doesn't get it, because that's not the truth. I mean, she doesn't, she did that to be malicious. I know that she's smarter than that, and she knows better than that. And she knows better than to say that to a child. But, and if she's not, then my daughter had no business at all going to Shannon's. My daughter should have went into the Native American foster care system, because I gotta do this first. I don't know why I can't just do my makeup, like, just do it, you know, why I have to, like, I don't know. Everything's a freaking task. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to my life. I might die, because I shared a video about black goo. Ew, black goo. They put it in the fucking coronavirus shot. I'm hoping people didn't get that COVID shot. I didn't get the COVID shot, and I ain't taking no more vaccines from these fuckers. Fuck that. I got one freaking flu shot for the first time ever in my life. And I guess you get those every year, but I'm not getting it ever again, because I don't get sick. I don't get sick. My periods come with the full moon. And so, you know, it's like, I don't really need to. I can heal myself. Yeah. And I don't think it's like Salem witches' blood. I think it's just, I think it's my Native American side. Yeah. I think it's definitely my Native American side. I think something's wrong with the freaking concealer. I just feel like that. I feel like I didn't do this step right or something happened. Let me see. Gotta put this brush back. Why do I do that? Why do I just set my brushes wherever instead of putting them back in the thingy? Oh, no problem. I try to stay organized. It's so hard for me. For me, staying organized is hard. Don't know why. There it is. Okay, but it is. So, and yeah, let's try to blend this better. I probably just gotta know. Anyway, so I guess the plan for all of humanity is to eventually they'll have us all, okay, the sky will be closed off, so we won't be able to look at the, because we used to look at the sun and the stars and stuff for like how to go home, you know, if you got that calling or whatever in your bones. But anyways, they've closed all that off with a, what do they call that, synthetic, well, let's just say fake sky, fake stars, their satellites, they're all this. They track our frequency. They, like I said, like I heard, they took the lead out of the paint, not because kids were eating paint chips and it was causing whatever, but because when they wanted to look through the walls, they couldn't see through the walls because of the lead in the paint, and that's why they took the lead out of the paint. So isn't that fantastic? So they could watch us through the walls. But anyways, yeah, but anyways, yeah, what? I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't feel like wearing eyeshadow. I just don't feel like wearing eyeshadow, but I must. Because you just must wear eyeshadow, right? My friend, we went out to go eat for Cinco de Mayo, and her, or not her, when I got there, the one first, she's like, I did all my makeup, you know, but I didn't do my eyeshadow. I don't know why I forgot that, but anyways, I didn't do it. And she was like, can I do your eyeshadow? Or you want me to do your eyeshadow? And when I looked at my face, I didn't even notice that I didn't do it. And I was like, oh, you noticed that? Okay, yeah. I let her do it, but I didn't even really notice what she did to it. Anyway, she's not my friend anymore. She believes whatever. I don't know what it is. Or maybe, I have no idea. She won't talk to me. I tried to call her. She invited me to her 45th birthday party. Well, her daughter invited me to her 45th birthday party. She said it was going to be on the 15th, and her birthday is on the 10th. But she texts me on the 10th, and she's like, hey, aren't you coming to, you know, her mom's birthday party? I was like, I text back, I said, you said it was the 15th. I never got another text back. So I was like, okay. That was just, you know, to put it on me. That way they put it on me. Like, well, we told you. No, you didn't. You told me the 15th. I had it in the freaking calendar and everything. I know what you said. And so then I just, like, whatever. So that sucks, you know? It sucks to have, like, no friends, but sometimes it even, like, you don't care if they're fake. You just want a friend. That's how lonely it gets, you know? You don't care if it's fake. You just want interaction. You just want that, you know, because we're human. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, anyways, what they're going to do is, like, the DNA, you know, when they say, like, they're fixing flaws in DNA, like, they have the genetic, like, where, like, they said Elon Musk did it. I don't know if it's true or not, but they said Elon Musk did it, like, to pick the genes that your baby's gonna have, like, so how your baby will look, or I don't know what they call that, but selective DNA. I don't know what they call it, but anyways, that shit where they say they're like fixing the flaws. Well, flaws to them are the genes that remember, the genes that are the DNA that what was it? Shit, you should just have them listen to the video, Jessica. I know, right? What I should do is just tell you to go to Mspiracy. Mspiracy. I am unprecedented. Revenge is a waste. Yes, revenge is a waste of time. It's also very low vibration. And so, yeah. Don't want to vibrate. Stay away from this dangerous person. What dangerous person? Why are you pointing at me? You really mess people's heads up with this one. That's fine. I like this guy's messages. These are really nice. You know, I don't know if it's true or
Allegra
not.
is the allergy relief with 0% brain interference, so you can use it even when you're driving. It's a no-brainer.
You know.
You confused and outwitted the devil. You are on a whole different level than the devil, okay?
I just want to, like,
he never thought
I just want him to be my best friend. Like, I want to marry him. He could just talk to me like this all day long.
He thought he was always going to have access to you, to your thoughts, to your plans. But one day, you were able to see beyond that veil. And you saw everything for what it is. And that's when you went dark. All right? You got off his radar. He was no longer able to see your moves. He wasn't able to see which direction you were going, nor was he able to see what you were working on. So it's like you were operating in a different dimension he couldn't see. And the only time he was able to see you was when you popped out with whatever you were working on. It could have been something small, but you would move in silence. You wouldn't allow him or the people he was working through to know what you were doing. And this confused the enemy. You outwitted the enemy. He never thought in a million years you'd be able to move the way you're moving. You see, you're the opposite of a devil. You're divine in the best way possible. And one thing he didn't count on was you forming a strong connection with the Most High God, which was what enabled you to move like this. God gave you the necessary tools and the guidance to maneuver around the enemy. And the enemy feels like he was slapped in the face. Okay? You embarrassed him. You got to understand, the devil has a humongous ego. And he's got many years ahead of you. All right? He's been around for a very long time. So for you to outpace him and outwit him, it's really embarrassing for the devil. And, you know, this is proof that when you have strong faith in God, he will never abandon you. He will guide you and tell you what to do, what to say, when to say.
Okay, so anyways, this is, I felt so freaking bad because I never thought about it like this before. But, like, you know, my family was, I would never have said that my mom was a narcissist because I didn't feel like she was. But as a child, I was always isolated. I remember all the times, every single time I felt like my mom should have stuck up for me, to my grandma or to whoever. She always let me down. Every single time. And I just remember just being so disappointed about that as a kid and like a lot of things. But anyways, I prayed for God to take this addiction away from me, but he pulled me out of that whole thing. But also my children are away. That's most thing I regret, you know, about writing the prescription. But like, you know, like I always thought the way my mom was with me was like loving, but I always knew she, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so God did answer my prayers, and God is real, the creator, the source. And he listened to me when I cried out to get me from that addiction. Of course he would want me away from my mom, because my mom, she could have known. Like my sister, like, suspicious things, if I'm accurate, that my sister is really not who she says she is, you know, just some, you know, she don't know anything about anything, and she don't have nothing to do with nothing. She's just trying to be perfect in this world, you know, and live her life. Maybe, but I don't think so. She recommended me to go see her doctor when I already had a doctor. And every time I needed like an OBGYN when I got pregnant, she wanted me to go see her doctor. And before, like, I didn't think it was anything suspicious until I started waking up. And then after I saw that Jonna Mendez look like her, I was like, that's my sister. Like, I knew it. And I just wish you guys, like, if you go watch that video, you'll see the thumbnails all on the side here, and it's pinned up there, because it's not because I'm crazy. It's because you can see it. If you look at the eyes, you look at these cheekbones, you look the way the here falls down into the chin. I mean, it's just exactly her shape. And then go look at other Jonna Mendez videos, because I put more pictures of Jonna Mendez, I think, up there, where it doesn't look like my sister, where I would not say that's my sister. But the one in Valuetainment, that was my sister. And yes, they can change the voice. I change the voice in my videos all the time. Now, CIA, obviously, they're going to have better tricks and ways to do it, but I know where my sister got those hand gestures from. She got those from Sonya. The hand gestures that she uses in Valuetainment to act like she's been to Russia, that whole thing is a lie. That whole thing is a lie. But you could see, if you watch the video, you could see how they kind of make her husband look like her husband in real life. Like, it's so fucking weird. So fucking weird. Who does this happen to? Who does this happen to, you know? And then you think, like, if it happened to you, if you were in this situation, you would feel like, why doesn't anybody care? Why isn't anybody listening besides, you know, like this guy here seems like he cares, seems like he knows what he's talking about. I outwitted the devil, but anyways, seems like he knows what he's talking about. And maybe not, maybe that's just my crazy thinking, but they don't listen, they don't answer me back. I send them a message like, how do you know this, or something, and there's just, you know, there's nothing there. So, you know, nobody ever talks back to me, no matter how, you know, grand I try to tell my story or anything like that. Like, there's just, you know, and I don't try to tell it grand. I'm usually, like, looking for insight. Like, have you seen this before? Do you know anything about this? Has this ever happened to you? Do you know what's going on with me? There's nothing. There's, beware of infiltrators, spiritual agents, and human. Ooh, let's see. Infiltrators.
Some people in your life were never meant to be there. They were placed, inserted, sent, not by chance, not by fate, by something else. You think you know your friends, but do you? Ever felt drained after being around someone? Ever shared good news only to feel their energy shift? Ever sensed something watching you from behind their eyes? Because some people are not people. They are infiltrators. Spiritual agents in human form. Every ancient text warns of them. The Bible calls them wolves in sheep's clothing. The Quran warns of whisperers. Hindu texts describe asuras, demons in disguise. Gnostics spoke of archons, parasitic entities that work through people, feeding off chaos, planting doubt, bending fate. They do not attack openly, they attach quietly. You know them. The ones who drain you without speaking a word. The ones who bring problems but never solutions. The ones who push your buttons, trigger your anger, pull you into low vibrations. It's not random, it's a harvest. The elites, the unseen rulers, the architects of this simulation, they do not feed on food. They feed on energy, fear, pain, doubt. This is why they use media to manipulate emotions, to manufacture crisis, relationships to anchor you in low frequencies. And sometimes they send people, hand-picked, placed in your life to cause disruption. Signs they were sent to break you. 1, they were drawn to you too fast, they latched onto your energy like they knew you before, because they did. 2, they subtly belittle your success. You feel like you need to dim your light around them. 3, you feel off after being with them, not tired, drained, as if something siphoned your energy. 4, they plant doubt in your mind. They make you second guess your goals, your intuition, your path. 5, their presence comes with chaos. Things start going wrong when they're in your life. This is not coincidence, it's infiltration. The war for your frequency. This is why Jesus warned of false friends. This is why Tesla spoke of frequency, energy, vibration. This is why the elite use psychological operations to keep you distracted, doubting, depleted. They know the strongest souls are attacked the hardest. But here's the secret they don't want you to know. The moment you see the game, you can break it. How to protect yourself. Trust your gut. If someone feels off, they are. Your energy does not lie. Protect your frequency. Do not let them pull you into fear, doubt, or anger. Stay above the static. Distance is defense. Some people do not deserve access to your mind, your energy, your presence. Cut them off and watch how your life improves. Not all friends are friends. Some are assignments. Some are watchers. Some are sent to break you before you rise. Check your circle, and if you feel something watching through their eyes, run.
Something watching me in their eyes. Okay, first of all, I don't run. I don't run because, I mean, if you have money like that to be able to just run, okay. But then you just be running all the time. What you need to do is probably something different. I don't know what. I mean, I'm not sure if, like, I definitely wouldn't try a silver bullet. Stake through the heart. Navy SEAL goes off on President Joe Biden. You know I want to hear that, right? You know I want to hear that. Oh, we'll see.
God says you're ready. He says you're ready for this next level. And he is so proud of you. He is bragging about you to the angels. And he's taunting the devil because you defeated the devil. And he's telling the devil, I told you so. I told you you can never capture my child. And he says, you're ready for this next chapter of your life. You're right here. You're not going to recognize anything because everything is new. Everything. And you're going to feel like you've been dropped off in a whole new timeline because it's going to be that drastic. And in this new timeline, you're going to be so much more energetic, upbeat, and excited. You're going to be so happy to be alive. You're going to wish you could just stay up 24 hours a day. You are ready, finally, because you dropped your burdens. You sincerely forgave everyone from your past, and you actually thanked them because you know they were the fire under your behind, and they pretty much motivated you to become the best version of yourself, even though that's not what they wanted. But God is proud.
Hold on. I don't trust those videos. I think they're trying to, like, speak something. I don't know what it is. What is that word magic? Reversed a tsunami. Anyone can be a monitoring spirit, so that makes sense. I wonder who was watching. Oh, whoever was watching probably noticed that I forgot my mascara. They probably were wondering. They probably thought it was boring. Or maybe, what did we listen to right before they left? I don't know what. They probably went and told on me or something. Okay, so what mascara am I going to wear? We're going to go with Great Lash, because this is the first one I found. It's not my favorite anymore. It used to be my favorite. Not anymore, though. Ouch. It's not my favorite anymore. Yeah. So anyways, I'm hoping to, like, I'm hoping to go viral. That's my only plan with life. That's the only thing I want to work on is going viral. Making a viral video. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Don't know how it's going to work. Because, you know, I didn't get any of that teachings in my school, you know. We still had to write in cursive and stuff like that. We didn't have phones. We didn't have iPads. Computers were like my last year in school. Was it 10th grade? Just the beginning of 10th grade. I just then like was introduced into you can enter the address of what website you want to go to up here, or you could search something over here. I was like, and my brain just went like, like all these things. Oh, I want to search this. I want to search that. What's this? What's that? Like, And then when I actually got my hands on a computer that I could just search shit, like that was cool. But then I got distracted with MySpace and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, this is the guy that introduced me to MySpace. This is how old I was when I was on MySpace. If you could see that. You can't really see it. Maybe God doesn't want you to see my face. Maybe he doesn't want you to see my face. Oh, but do you want to see the picture? Okay, did you guys ever see this? This is my head. This is Michelle Obama cutting off my head. So they said I got noticed by the right person. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And how did they notice me? I really don't know. I really don't know. But let's see. Is there anything else in here to show? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in here to show. Oh yeah, this is funny. This is okay. So when there was a day where I thought, well, just listen to this. This is how self-righteous I was. As of July 20th, 2017, I, Jessica A. Bailey, do soul to swear by witness of personal account can say that Robin Luella Green Michael Good Harriman, every last name she's ever had, born, her birth date, shows no sign of accountability or remorse for the great roles she has played in the sexual abuse and human trafficking scandal. They know by this hour they are finished. And that July 20th came from, let me show you what video. We'll listen to it. And I know we're not supposed to because it's the tarot cards, but I don't care. She says she was getting downloads, but you could get downloads from anywhere. By B. July Chiron 2017. There we go. Okay. There it is right here. Here it is right here. I'll always remember this one. I don't know if I can. Okay, it says planetary aspects.
It is B. Welcome to my channel, Psychic Sounds by B. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, I had an awareness, I could say that, or just a download, that I had to provide planetary aspects and the psychic interpretation.
Oops, shit. Damn it. Oh, I hate when that happens, but it should go right back to the video. It's 41 minutes.
Hi everyone,
so
it is B. Welcome to my channel, Psychic Sounds by B. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, I had an awareness, I could say that, or just a download, that I had to provide planetary aspects and the psychic interpretation of these aspects for the next 30 days, okay? We do have some potentially and significant challenging aspects that you need to be aware of, all right? And we are going to get into this, okay? So you will sail right through all of these, challenging things that might be going on in your life as long as you've been in your integrity, you've been telling the truth, you've been doing what you need to do, you've been responsible, you've not tried to coerce or manipulate a situation.
Nope,
all right?
I didn't.
And it's going to be hard not to do this, and I'll tell you why as we get into this. But if you have been, excuse me, if you have been out of integrity, if you have lied, if you have told half-truths, if you've been hiding something, you need to mentally prepare yourself for an absolute change, for an absolute unexpected event, for an absolute negative type of outcome, okay? And again, if you've been standing in your truth, and the majority of you listening to this is definitely going to be you. I mean, if you're listening to these spiritual videos, then you by and large, okay, are aware, and you are trying to do your best to be the best person that you can be. So a lot of these aspects you will probably see happening to people around you, okay? So please just be aware of that. So if you are manipulative, or if you're hiding something, if it's unethical, immoral, or disrespectful, you need to watch out. You really need to watch out. For many of you, I expressed in my Chiron retrograde videos that you had until about July 10th to get things set, get things put together, make sure that you are of the highest integrity as possible, okay? As possible. You had an opportunity to completely reverse any negative aspects in your life, okay? And sometimes we have negativity that surrounds us and it's hard to kind of get out of it, but you had that opportunity to have that discussion, to make that move, to stand your ground, to stand in your integrity, okay? And if you decided not to do that, you know, all I gotta say is good luck, okay? Good luck, because the secret is out, all right? As of July 10th, or give or take, you know, 7 days, okay? 4 to 7 days, okay? Either way. Because the full moon, I believe, happened on the 8th or the 9th in Capricorn. And Pluto is conjunct in Capricorn, okay? And that moon was there. So in that case, all right, there was a complete illumination, culmination, development, or climax in this area of whatever area of life it is for you. All right, so let's get into the planetary alignments. I had to write them all down so that I can read these to you as we move through, because I can't remember them off the top of my head. Guys, the tribes are splitting.
Okay, so when she says the tribes are splitting, that is basically supposedly happening again. It's like an awakening thing happens, and it just means that basically like the people that are awake versus, and then the people that aren't awake. And that sucks, because I don't know how many people are awake. I don't know who pretends. Ooh.
Do you know what that means?
In the name of Jesus, I say you must leave. In the name
Those of a different energetic
Yeshua,
signature.
You must leave.
Whether
Archangel
it be those
Michael,
that are aware
Archangel
with those
Michael,
that are not aware, or you
make
could
that
say those
leave
that
me,
have
whatever
integrity
that
and those that
was.
do not have integrity. There
Whatever
is
that
a
was, but there
split
was something.
happening. And why is that? Because of carelessness and lack of integrity. Many people, so much stuff is getting found out, so many secrets are being revealed, so many things are coming to light. And why is this right now? Okay, one, because of the Capricorn full moon. That's one of them. Two, we have Mercury, Mars, and the Sun about to go into Leo. So for many of you, this is going to have something to do with children, creativity, romance, okay, the heart, courage, egotistical things, grandiose, drama.
Okay, so I thought she was like, in a lot of these videos, I thought they kept telling me I have to leave Danny, have to leave Danny. So I always was like, you know, trying to look for that way out, you know. And then when I just didn't find it. And then when I felt like everything wasn't watching me anymore. But I always knew they kind of were, because I was listening to Jocko and I could still feel, okay, this is at me. He's talking to me. or, you know, don't be pathetic, or something like that on a thumbnail in his face. Like, and sorry, Jog, I don't mean to call you out, but I'm not trying to call you out, but it's just the truth, and I have to walk in the truth, I have to speak the truth, and you could have gave me a different name to use. But I also know that we have fatal attraction birth dates, because I looked him up the very first time I seen him come through. I looked his thing up and looked up his birthday, and I don't know if it's real, if that's what's really posted, but anyways, keep listening, sorry.
Drama, okay, gossip in some cases, all right, when you've got Mercury and Mars in Leo and the Sun in Leo, everything is going to be illuminated. Absolutely everything is going to be illuminated. So let's get into what's going on. I am recording this on the 19th. Okay, I wanted to get this out here before we go into the Leo new moon. All right, so here we go. For the rest of July. On July 20th, the Sun in Cancer squares Uranus in Aries. What does that mean? When you've got the Sun in Cancer, all about home, family, stability, the love of family, the love of the friendship, the friends that feel like family, squaring Uranus and Aries is the pioneer. Aries does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. Aries is all about the self. There is a complete contradiction and or conflict relative to your home life, who you are at a core level, and what your identity is out in the world. If you have been acting different than and again, this goes into hiding things, this goes into keeping things covered up, so on and so forth. What happens here is all of a sudden you get a huge wake-up call regarding who you are at a core level and the identity that you put out into the world. Be aware of that. The Sun in Cancer then trines Chiron in Pisces. Because guys, this is a story. So I was basically informed when I got my vision, you need to tell the story. So that's what I'm doing. And these are psychic interpretations of the planets. So yes, they do have astrological, mathematical significance, but I'm also pulling in energies from, you know, the collective conscious and, you know, the ability to be able to tap into those energies. So when you've got the Sun in Cancer trining Chiron in Pisces on the 21st, now you have a significant amount of healing taking place relative to healing, hospitals, research, clandestine affairs, okay, unconscious, subconscious, all right, the dream state, anything related to Pisces or Pisces people. And when it trines Cancer, that's all about the home and family and who you are at a core level. So the awareness that you had right around the 20th of July, you are now incorporating that awareness into how you can heal the situation in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Then we have Venus in Gemini opposing Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay? This is where there is an issue regarding you needing to go internally, you needing to resolve conflict within yourself as it relates to foreign people, foreign lands, travel, okay? People politica, communication regarding your self-value, your worth, your love. Gemini is chatty, and when you get Venus in Gemini, crap flies everywhere regarding relationships, regarding love, and because we have an opposing aspect here on this day on July 24th, something is definitely getting triggered here, and it will be revealed, it will be known, it will be out there for the world to see on August 22nd. Because on August 22nd, Black Moon Lilith will be conjuncting Saturn in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about truth. Black Moon Lilith is all about truth, and she's pissed.
Pissed.
Okay? She is the woman that got passed over for a promotion because, you know, this man got it, and he was friends with somebody, but he can't even do the job. This is the type of energy that's going on here. Okay, that's just the energy that surrounds Black Moon Lilith. That's just an analogy, but just take that for what's like the energy that comes from that. The energy that comes from that woman saying, you know, I am more capable of doing that job than he is, but because I wasn't part of the good old boys club, I'm not in. That's BS. Okay?
BS.
Black Moon Lilith has no time for lies, has no time for subservience, has no time to have the thumb put on her. No. She does not allow it. She will not allow it. Okay?
No.
So something is happening right around July 24th relative to these particular types of energies. Okay? And again, Venus rules love, romance, and small financial gain. And when she's opposing Saturn and Sagittarius, and Saturn is all about control, okay? Saturn is all about, you know, we need to do this the right way, okay? There could definitely be discussions regarding a relationship, regarding maybe you're in a clandestine affair right now, maybe somebody is hiding something at work, maybe somebody's hiding something within the family, and this particular type of energy on July 24th, you are going to finally say, hey, we need to operate differently. But for many of you, it's over. It's already out there. You did it too late. Okay? So now you have to clean up that mess. So if it's not happening to you, it's going to be happening around you. But please be aware of that energy. Mercury in Leo trines Uranus in Aries on July 24th as well. So when you have Mercury in Leo trining Uranus in Aries, Uranus is a planet of the unexpected. Mercury is all about communication. There could be communication regarding a Leo person. There could be communication regarding an Aries person as well. You could have sun, moon, rising, whatever. On this day, there is supportive energy.
See, my dad, he's a Leo. My sister, her Saturn is in Leo. The one that told my daughter that I prioritize drugs over her. Like, you don't say that to a child whose mother is in prison and then not let them talk to their mother as if it was like my fault or something. I mean, yes, it's my fault I went to prison, but she could have kept her in contact with me, and she didn't. Not through letters. She brought up one time for a visit, and that was it. And anyways, she has her Saturn in Leo, but Leo is the ruler of my 8th house, which is things that are hidden, inheritances, stuff like that. So we'll see what she says.
Supportive energy that is unexpected, okay? And it's coming through communication. So there's communication coming in right around July 24th that somebody really is supporting you. And it is all about your identity, and it is all about love, children, creativity, risk-taking, all of that. There is a supportive trine here. So if you have been trying to get to the truth, because that's what this is all about.
That was me. I was trying to get to the truth since 2015, but I didn't realize there was truth inside my own family that I needed to navigate and figure out and get the truth. They're all dying. My aunt, my mom's twin sister, she'll be dead. My uncle Ricky, the one that has kidnapping charges, he'll be dead. My grandma died that worked at the JR unit. My grandpa's dead. There's going to be nobody left to ask that for this little Danny here. What does Danny know? Danny, his health isn't all that great either, but I think he's still got a little bit of time in him. Shannon, you know, could ask her.
All about the truth and nothing but the truth that's going on right now, okay? So if you've been trying to get to the truth, you've been asking questions, you've been trying to figure out, what is it that's going on here? Why is it that I feel this way, but I'm seeing something else, so on and so forth? You are going to have assistance come in to provide you with the truth that you need. Then we have Venus in Gemini squaring Chiron in Pisces in the later degrees. Okay? Have you learned your lesson yet?
Me?
Have you learned your lesson yet?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
Because on the same day, Venus in Gemini sextiles Uranus. Okay? So when you have Venus sextiling Uranus, you've got to make a decision regarding love, children, creativity, romance, and risk-taking. You've got to make a decision on July 30th.
So there was nobody, nobody was contacting me about my children. The first contact I got was from my daughter in 2022. And then she didn't really talk to me that much. And what she did say was pretty fucking rude. And then I talked to her the next year a little bit. And then shit hit the fan.
On July 30th. You have to.
Because they came at me with lies. I'm very sensitive with that because I am, like, since 2010, I've been all about the truth, confessing my sins as if everybody that I confessed them to was somebody I should have, which probably shouldn't have, but I just didn't care because I'm like, I don't care, it's the truth, use it against me, go speak it out, it's the truth. If I didn't like it, I shouldn't have done it, but that's it, I'll have to live with myself. But I've been being honest, and then from then, I don't want to do things that are embarrassing, so I don't, except for, if you don't know, you should know.
So for those of you that the secret's already out, or however something that was hidden comes to light, or whatever, this is your opportunity to lessen the ramifications of your prior actions, okay, or somebody else's prior actions. This gives you an opportunity to lessen it. Will it go away? Absolutely not, because your feet are being held to the fire. So you really need to be aware of this. And because Venus in Gemini is squaring Chiron and Pisces, this is all about healing. This is all about clandestine affairs. This is all about love. This is all about small financial gain. This is all about self-value. This is all about your psychic abilities, listening to your intuition. Okay? So when you have Venus squaring Chiron, you are sitting there and saying to yourself, I should have never gotten involved in that relationship. I should have never gotten involved in that situation. I have literally lost this particular situation in my life. Now, what am I going to do about it? Okay. This situation causes me great pain. This situation is causing me heartache, causing me pain, causing me despondency, depression. Huge depression is going to be coming up here shortly. Now, again, remember, if this is not you, I'm also giving you this information so that you can better understand the people around you that might be going through this. And if you are supporting them, if you are, in a loving bond with them, if they're a family member, if they're a friend, then you will know how to help them. Okay? Because this is what is happening. Okay? This is what is happening. Guaranteed. Okay? There were lessons that needed to be learned, and you're...
So I was listening to this in the living room, and Danny was in the bedroom, so he could hear it, and he must have been listening to it, because he comes out and he's like, did your mom hear this? Has your mom heard this? And I took it was odd, because, like, why would my mom listen? She won't watch anything I try to show her, anything at all. And I was kind of shocked that Danny was even really listening to it. But then when he was like, did your mom hear this? So that's what makes me think, like, there's something. But then the thing is like, they go in and they, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Learned, and you're learning these lessons right around the 30th, and you're saying, holy shnikes. What did I do? What did I cause? What happened here? How did this transpire? Okay, what is going on? And you are really looking at partnerships. You're looking at romantic partnerships. You're looking at business partnerships. You're looking at the money you make from the company you work for, the money you make from the business you own. You're looking at all of that. You're looking at communications. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you're saying to yourself, I should have never done that. Should have never done that. Okay.
I'm only thinking I should have never got with Danny, or no, I should have never paroled to Marshalltown. That's what I should have never done, was paroled to Marshalltown. I should have just went to the, whatever they call it, that women's after prison. It's basically a prison, but outside the prison, and you're able to leave that prison and go back to that prison at night and sleep and pay and all this other shit. And I was just like, I already done all my shit. I've done all my time. So I went AWOL. But anyways, my parole officer, she said, or no, she wasn't my parole officer. She was my counselor in prison. And she's like, you must have angels looking out for you, because they're basically just letting it go. So you're going to stay until you get, she asked me if I could be immediately, like it would take, a couple weeks, but that's immediately in jail. You could be immediately released to that women's prison outside the prison, or you can, and that's what she recommended I do. I said, no, I want to do out my time, finish my number. I don't want to leave until I discharge, because I don't have anywhere to discharge to. I don't want to go to the women's prison outside of the women's prison, because it's just another prison. It's stupid, and I have to pay for it, so it's stupid. So she's like, hey, I can't guarantee that they won't make you leave and put you out on parole, but okay. She said that's fine. So I was planning on discharging my number, which that happened in September, so it was probably about around November 20th sometime, and 2015, and I was discharging July 2016, so I already done a year and a half plus, all the time I did in jail. So I mean, that just really wasn't that long. I could do it. It was gonna suck, but I was gonna do it.
Okay, so please be aware of that. This is why the tribes are splitting, because people are understanding that you are not who they thought you were. You have shown them that you have no integrity. You have shown them that you have no self-control. You have shown them that you have no respect for them. And all these people, when we've got Chiron retrograde, Neptune retrograde, these people are waking up. And they're saying, you know what, I'm not going to have any more of your BS. So some of you might be saying that to somebody in your life, and you're letting them go, because you are digging and you're getting to the truth. Okay? Now, I would recommend that you don't cause any, you probably are going to get angry. You probably are going to get frustrated. You probably are going to be a little bit despondent about the whole thing. But just remember, you dig for the truth so that you get the truth. And if you get the truth and it confirms your intuition and you're like, yep, I knew it. That person was full of kajunk, okay? And I'm letting them go out of my life. Then you need to let that go. You need to let them go, and you let universe take care of the rest, okay? Mm-hmm. So try to keep your focus on your own life, your own power.
Yeah, so I don't worry about it. What do I worry about other people's lives besides my children? The only thing I worry about is anything that has directly to do with me, then I worry about it. And my kids, separating my kids from me, then I worry about it. And yeah, I went to Santa Muerte with a petition and an altar set up for her, but I didn't really listen to all the instructions, because I did take safety precautions by putting Archangel Michael there, and I think that might have been when things started kind of turning in my favor, because I prayed really, really hard, and I know that God listens to me because I prayed for that addiction to be taken away, and I don't appreciate the way that it was taken away, but you gotta do what you gotta do, and when I find out the truth, then I'm grateful. And I'm thankful, and I appreciate it, and I learn from the truth, and I know what to stay away from and what to, not, do, most of the time, not all the time. I don't know, I want to do tarot cards sometimes. Can't I do that? I think I can. I just learned yesterday that I shouldn't, but at the same time, I still want to, so I just might. I don't know, might be bad. I don't know. We'll see. I just feel like I don't really know.
Life, your own positivity, and your first. Sagittarius is in conjunction with Black Moon Lilith and Saturn. I'm sorry, Saturn is in conjunction with Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius. This happens on August 22nd, the day after the eclipse. And eclipse energies last for quite some time. They are most intense with the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after. This is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a coincidence. All right? So when you have this conjunction happening with Black Moon Lilith, again, no lies, no deceit. And then she's got Saturn conjunct, and Saturn's going, you go, girl. You go, girl. It's all about the truth. It's all about people's integrity. It's all about commitment. It's all about dependability. It's all about making sure that you dot your I's, you cross your T's, that you're patient, that you don't, get impetuous, that you stand in your integrity. You follow the rules. You abide by the rules. Okay? If you haven't been doing that, or if somebody around you hasn't been doing that, this is going to be significant, where Black Moon Lilith will come in and she will knock you out your chair. Okay? So be aware of that. Venus in Cancer squares Uranus in Aries on August 24th. Look how close these squares are. Look how close these aspects are. There's not a lot of room, in between these for these positive aspects. It's like once you get these dates, okay, and maybe when I post the video, I'll put these dates down so you guys can refer to them, but there's not a lot of room here for positivity or for things to work in your favor. But there is room. So you just have to take advantage of that. So I certainly would be aware of these dates. Okay? So Venus in Cancer squares Uranus in Aries. Now this...
Okay, so we get the point, right? Got to be walking in truth, integrity, blah, blah, blah. Saturn's coming. Jesus fucking Christ. They do that on purpose because they want me to get on my housemate's nerves.
Smile, you smile. They lean in. You do too, without even thinking. You tell yourself it's nothing.
Okay, this is just 10 clear signs you both like each other. So I just wanted to change it from anything metaphysical, anything spiritual, nothing that has to do with anything like that. I just wanted something that's just off that topic. So I thought, well, let's see. And I thought, let's see if this is what Danny was doing. Let's see.
It's nothing, but deep down, something's there. What if I told you psychology has 10 clear signs that reveal when two people secretly like each other?
Oh,
even if they never say a word.
Fucking think
if
so.
You've been...
There's no secrets around anywhere around me. I don't like secrets. If a video says, I don't watch it, because I don't think so. I don't think so. So we're not listening to that. Treat yourself like a friend. Am I kind of treating myself like a friend here? Yes, because I'm talking to myself and smiling at myself, agreeing with myself, making myself pretty. I don't know if I'm pretty, but, trying to put a face on. I think it looks a little better than when we started, so that's good. That's good. Okay, we'll just go ahead and say...
My beloved child, I have walked with you since the moment I formed you. I have seen every struggle, every tear, and every silent prayer you've whispered in the dark. I have been your protector, your shield, and your guiding light.
Now, see, they could just be trying to set me up for when I do die, and they're going to try to grab me and take me back in, but they have no authority over me, and I'm not in anything. I already know what to say. I have to write down what to say. Okay. So, anyways. So, let's see. Elon Musk is disgusted with fake people. Me too. Especially around, Danny was really the fakest person. He's the only person I was around, really, besides, if we went over to wherever. Said I exposed their agenda. How did I expose anybody's agenda when I don't know anybody's agenda? That's stupid. Except for just, to get us unconnected. I didn't expose that. I heard that from a video. I didn't do nothing. So that's it. Let's see. Let's see. See, plot to lie and steal money from you is exposed. But they knew that was like, they could know that stuff was like what I was thinking when I was like having, well, I'll just say it's schizophrenia. That's what the doctor said, it was schizophrenia. She's not even a doctor. She's a nurse practitioner, Megan Eichmeyer, in West Des Moines now. All she is a Illuminati paid doctor to ruin people's lives. Okay, that's it. She's a demon. She works for the demons. They thought it was a game. You turned it into a warning. Yep, I did, didn't I? These beings always recognize you. Yeah, what, the Watchers? The full story of the Akashic Records. What does that mean if you're a Neo? I don't get it. The last spiritual cycle. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, is like my generation, you know, like the 82, whatever that is. I was born in 82. Oh yeah, and there was something that said my birthday's not even right. But anyways, yeah, I think we're gonna be the last one. Like my kids could possibly get it, you know. But after that, if my kids don't get it, their kids won't get it, and they're stuck here, and they're going to be recycled, and I have to move on, and that's really sad. But I always watch them from above, where I really will be above. I really will be a star shining down, watching down on you babies. If you see this, I'll remember you forever, and I'll love you forever, and I'll always watch you. And if I can do anything to help you, I definitely will do that, because I'm your mom. And whatever they told you about me was a lie, and I know you don't think it's a lie, but it's a lie. But when you find the truth and you wake up to the truth one day, you'll see, and I left all these videos here for you. I left journals for you. I left so many channels for you to know the truth. But everything I do it for my girls. And I always have. I always have. That's why I keep doing these videos, and I don't care if they watch me, and I don't care if they mock me, I don't care if they mimic me or whatever, mock me, I don't care. You want to make fun of me crying, or you want to, you know, whatever, I don't care. I put these here in the hopes that one day my daughters will see, and they'll be open to the truth, and they'll hear it, and they'll get it, you know? And that's it. You know? That's it. That's all I care about. So, with that, I'm gonna go. I'll probably come back later.